LAMIA.
Well, let's get into it. I'm Lamia, and these are solely Lamia's Soul Services. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome, period, if you've never seen anything I've ever done. You're welcome. Now, once again, I'm feeling called to continue on my numerical series. My previous video was 999. And this video is going to be for my 222 babes. Yes. So, this is the general reading for anybody seeing or resonating with the angel number 222. And let me know if it resonates. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Spirit, what do people seeing or resonating with the number 222 need to know? Ooh, and right off the bat, we got Three of Cups. Can you see that? We got the Three of Cups. I love that. I love that. It's giving soul family, soul tribe, genuine community, celebrations, and safety in your emotions. Safety and emotions with the people around you. That one almost came out and it didn't. I usually take that as hesitant energy. Ooh, but immediately right after we have the Hangman reverse. So maybe you've been hesitant to lean into this sense of community that you have. You don't know where to begin. Maybe you're a little hesitant to share your emotions, period. A lot of hesitancy. I'm getting a lot of hesitancy. Honestly, you'll never know. But right here with the Six of Swords, it's giving you've been burned in the past. And you're at a point now where you may be afraid to really even share with the people around you what you've been through. But the healing is being around people. Being a recluse and yeah, hermit mode is necessary, but you don't really see how far you've come healing wise until you get around other people. Maybe you get triggered, but maybe you have a new coping mechanism that allows you to feel safe in yourself, therefore feeling safe in the people and connections you have around you. You've definitely had a moment where shit was at a standstill. Maybe shit was fucked up and you was like, all right, everybody on some walkie shit, like for real. So now, boom, everything shut down. Nobody move until we figure out who I fuck with and who I don't fuck with. And that's the type of time I'll be on for real. Because honestly, sometimes we gotta take that time. Yep, we got the page of wands. So we have very new, brand new energy of kind of starting to want to get out there, to want to, you know, begin to mingle and intertwine with the energies around us. But ultimately, looking for a sense of safety in our relationships in order to feel safe and just blossom and be ourselves. Like you can't get that energy being alone all the time. And you've been through a lot. You took your time, and we got the Four of Wands reversed. We got the Hierophant reversed. It's coming right out. I don't know. Definitely been a bunch of little petty bullshit. Bunch of little petty bullshit. You're at a point where you got to do things differently in life. And people, when you decide to change, they don't necessarily always want to see that. Maybe the past people that you were in community with, yeah, Ten of Wands reversed, they didn't quite get that. They didn't want you to shed your old skin and become this new person. It made them uncomfortable. That wasn't who they know. But who you were wasn't what was best for you. If anything, they were the only ones benefiting. And now you're a little wary. Ooh, We have the Ace of Swords, but we got new communication coming in, new thoughts, higher thinking, different perception. Back to that Hangman reversed. You definitely have a sense of clarity in who you can and can't fuck with. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It is okay. And yes, ultimately it does hurt when we're vulnerable with the wrong people. But not necessarily the wrong people. I don't want to say the wrong people because that's a very black and white way of thinking. But for lack of a better word, the wrong motherfuckers. Like you, yeah, karmic relationships, that's the devil right there. The devil is in the details. Ooh, a lot of karmic relationships. A lot of karmic relationships. And you've been scarred. More hesitancy. You've been scarred. And that's cool. And now you're realizing that in order to have these new great relationships that you want so bad, you have to be vulnerable. There's no way around it. That's just what it is. Like if you want to get to know new people, you have to let them get to know you. But you can be a bit defensive, definitely on defense. And my whole thing with that is it's a lot of wands energy here. So if you're creative, I'm telling you, network, network, network. That's blocking you. That oh, I don't fuck with niggas, who's don't fuck with me, da 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 da, all that extra shit. It's you need to collaborate. That's the best part of being a creative, of being an artist, of any medium. Collaboration, building community. Community is so important, and I was just talking about this to myself, of course. Um, but yeah, I was talking to somebody recently, and I was like, I'm that weirdo neighbor that says hi to everybody, and the person I'm talking to is like, yeah, me too. Why? Why? And then somebody else I know is like, well, I'm the exact opposite. And my whole thing is, okay, but when your packages get stolen, who you gonna ask? Who you gonna talk to? You don't know anybody in your community. You're not invested in the people around you in your immediate environment. And I completely get if they're not invested in you and moving to greener pastures. Cool, bet. But when and you know deep down when you've been holding back with certain people, when you haven't been exactly forthcoming, or maybe when you don't shine your light the way you should, and share yourself, not your resources, your money, whatever the fuck, but yourself. That is your greatest resource. Share yourself with others. Share your art, share your work, share your music. Share. Build that community. There are soul contracts and better relationships and people who are waiting to meet the new you that those old past people just couldn't stand. They couldn't take you. They couldn't take you. And they damn sure can't take you where you're going. So I suggest you take this time and this new level of clarity you have within your relationships and the people around you to really organize your next steps and keep your wits about you. It's okay to be discerning, but don't completely be closed off. There are people around you who are willing to help you and be there for you. But it just seems like recently, like you've been through a lot, and because you've been through a lot, you change. Nobody ever stays the same through adversity. Okay, the way my phone started heating up as soon as this King of Wands came out. Oh, who is this? Who is this nigga? King of Wands came out and my phone just stopped filming. Stopped filming. Just completely stopped filming. And it was like it's too hot. So I went to get a fan. My apologies if you can hear the fan in the background. Um, yeah. So we're back. Now who is this King of Wands? And why are they holding shit up? Or are you holding shit up when it comes to this King of Wands? Let's find out. Let's find out. Spirit, can I have more insight on every? Ooh, yep. No, it's giving this King of Wands is holding shit up. He's holding shit up, trying to keep you trapped. We got the Five of Cups right here, emotionally, and it's reversed. Now them two cups on the side, them two cups on the side, they're behind them. And three cups in the front, that's what he's sad about. The ones that spilled over. But two more cups behind him that he can still take and get over, build a bridge and get over it with. As you can see that white bridge in the background. But reverse, ooh, reverse, we're focusing on spilled milk. Don't cry over spilled milk. I mean, you see me, I ain't start crying and bitching when my phone heated up and stopped filming. I've figured out a solution and got right back to it. So here we are. Now, this might be a kind of emotional time for you, and maybe even a little energetically chaotic because of the ins and outs. You know, it seems like energetically you're ready to move forward, but emotionally you're still a bit tender about some things. And I feel like that's good. This is a time of refinement where you look objectively at your feelings. And you're like, well, I don't know, more of a, how you say, it's like you want to move forward. And even right now, I'm like hemming and hawing, going back and forth. Like, I don't know. You seem to be very one foot in, very one foot out. Like it's giving. What's going on? Because obviously you didn't feel safe where you were at, and that's what has you. Yeah, and your intuition, and maybe your past self are kind of going back because your intuition is telling you, all right, it's time to move on. It's greener pastures. There's new people. Better opportunity. But it's just like I don't know. And this one motherfucker seemed to be like trying to pull you back, especially that my phone got too hot when I was talking about people wanting you to be the same and not being able to take you in this new energy and new level of embodiment that you're in, and how you can't take them with you. And honestly, it all makes sense. The phone cut off. Like I can't make this shit up. Like they're trying to stop you from getting to that next level that you know you can get to. They don't want you to be that new person without these bad habits. Because, well, where would they fit in with all this newness when they were, in fact, one of the bad habits? Maybe your bad habit was not advocating properly for yourself, so other people benefited from it. Um, yeah, even more so right now. We got Two of Wands, Four of Swords reversed, and Eight of Cups reversed. These people were benefiting from you overgiving, being burnt out, from you being stagnant and in your feelings and not wanting to do new things and try new things and, be your best and highest self. They were benefiting from that. They were benefiting. And now you want some shit where it's like, all right, I'm done crying about it. Like, what's next? You're getting your footing in this new frequency and embodiment that you have going on. The color red is very significant here, as well as the solar plexus and root chakra. Um, those will definitely help you regulate working on your root chakra will definitely help you regulate your nervous system as far as stepping into this next chapter. Working on your solar plexus chakra will definitely help you in terms of embodying who you want to be. Because it's one thing to think and do the things, but when it's time to get in the field, you need to embody that. That needs to come from your chest, your solar plexus. That's what rules the ego, is shining your light and really just being authentically you. But first, you got to work on that root chakra so you can feel safe being authentically you. And that's what I mentioned earlier in the reading, like that safety in your emotions and being vulnerable, being yourself, being authentic. You need that safety, and these past relationships they didn't curate that safety for you. And then how dare them? You don't give me a safe place to feel my emotions, but you want to see and know my emotions. And then when I express them, what are you met with? avoidance, dismissiveness, them trying to minimize what you think, how you feel, what you say. Why would you feel safe? Why would you feel safe expressing yourself? Go express yourself, go be yourself, go share with those who appreciate you when your cup is full and they're not plotting on you being too burnt out to fight back when they try and fuck with you. Because it seems like these past situations, these past people, they benefited from you not being in your bag. And they'd like you to stay there real small where they left you. But you're not gonna be there when they turn around. Because one thing about them tables, they always turn. We turn tables, okay now. But you can't cry over spilled milk. You cannot cry over spilled milk. And you really do have to really anchor this new energy and frequency that you are trying to embody. Regulate your nervous system. Ground. Because if you are too, if your nervous system is too overloaded, if you're too overstimulated, if you're burnt out, you're never going to get to feel comfortable and really rooted and start to expand. You'll always feel like it's too much going on. You'll always self sabotage. You'll always go back. And that's not what we want. We're trying to really truly embody ourselves in this next phase. So please be aware. Please be aware. Please be aware. That root and that solar plexus chakra, we need some clearing. We need some activating. I feel like now you finally have the words to put to everything you've been through and exactly what you want moving forward. Which I love that. I love that for you. I truly do. Especially with this 222 energy. Two is obviously a number of partnerships. Um, and your one-to-one relationships are extremely important in this phase of your life. But we need some decisiveness. We need a decision to be made, as a matter of fact. It's giving, there needs to be a decision. I'm really feeling that there needs to be a decision made. What's the decision? No, but whatever it is, you in your head about it and super anxious, maybe even depressed about it. Oh, I have the Three of Pentacles as well as the Lovers. What is you? What is it? Can I have more information? Clarity into the Knight of Wands. You've been in indecision about whether or not to make a move and collaborate with someone. And I have the Lovers here, which does not always represent couples in love. It also happens to represent a choice, as well as unity within oneself. So there's definitely a huge decision here to be made um, in terms of something in a material, physical, 3D sense. That could be money, jobs, opportunities. You're trying to figure out if you want to move forward with somebody with something, but you're weary because of what you've been through in the past, and you're in a little, you're making a choice. But I feel like this choice, you've been really in your head about it, but you have the necessary clarity that you need to make the decision. You're just honestly, you know what to choose because the Lovers is up right here. You know what to choose. I think you just need to regulate your nervous system enough and ground enough to follow through on the decision. Mm. But here's a fly. Here's a fly. Shoot fly, don't bother me. You're worried about what other people are going to think or how other people are going to react or how other people are going to feel. And maybe this King of Wands here is one of those people. I'm telling you, my phone got hot as soon as his ass came out. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this person is an Aries, Sag, or Leo. They could have very impulsive, very fiery, very passionate, sometimes explosive emotions, actions, opinions, thoughts. So don't necessarily even think in terms of placement, but think in terms of somebody fired, maybe a little too fiery. Maybe you're worried that when you make this decision and prioritize yourself, that this fiery person and their angst and their anger is, there's going to be retribution or hell to pay. It's not. Because you're more concerned with their emotions than you are with what you have going on. And that's not going to work. That's where all of that inner turmoil and anxiety is coming from, because you're worried about what somebody else is going to think or do when you already know what to do. It doesn't matter. Just do it. It literally doesn't matter. And they're counting on you, considering how they feel more in order to stay where they want you to stay. They're counting on you to abandon yourself. Ooh, that's heavy, because that's what you've done to placate them and to, keep the relationship afloat, keep the job afloat, keep the situation, keep the agreement, keep the contract afloat. It's all been on your back and all dependent on you abandoning yourself. Ain't that some shit? And I know it's deep because we got death here and we got the Four of Pentacles reversed. So maybe you don't feel secure in your finances. Maybe you don't feel like you have your next job lined up, or your savings don't look like what you want it to look like. So you can't leave this job, or you can't advocate for yourself at work, or you can't make this next decision, or you're worried about taking this new job or walking away for this new job, what somebody's gonna think. Listen, honey, what's for you is for you. And if they can't take that, then guess what? You can't take them with you. But this death card is symbolizing it's gonna happen in divine timing anyway. This is my leg falling asleep. This is something that was meant to happen. This was fated. And you can hem and haw and go back and forth and shrink if you want to, but I don't know. I don't think spirit, fate, the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever is going to allow that to go on much longer. Your the decision will be made. And usually when the decision gets made for you, it's in a much chaotic sense. So that's why I recommend you get into that root and solar plexus chakra work and make this decision from an informed place, from a well balanced place, so that you can make this next chapter your own without having to be thrust in it. Because don't we all know how God is a comedian, how some funny shit will happen. Some funny shit will happen. Don't be the one with egg on your face. Just don't. Don't. Don't play small to keep somebody else happy. You have the sun reversed. Yes. Which is literally exactly what I just said. The sun reversed. Don't play small. This sense of keeping your shit hidden, and even if it's not a job or a relationship, this could be, the sun is also very much Leo and creative energy. So my creatives, once again, I'm putting you on the spot. Drop your shit because you've been holding on. Four of Pentacles reversed. You've been holding on. You see how she's holding so tight to those coins? You're holding on. And I get it. You value your work. You value your art. And it's very vulnerable to put that out there. Those are your babies. But you have to, because you're only going to get the sun reversed. Now, like I say, with anything, any reversal, there's a chance to flip that shit, okay? Drop your shit. Drop your shit. You worried about if you switched your flow up, or you're trying a new medium, or you're trying something different, you're gonna look foolish, you're gonna look crazy. I know, I be feeling crazy. Crazy bitch talking to a camera. But I'm right. I ain't never been wrong, I'm be honest. Like when I tell you the intuition is on point, okay? And I know you felt that. I know you felt it. I know you feel it when I say it too, because it's true. It's fucking true. But there are some people who are counting on you being stagnant, who are counting on you being blind and ignorant to yourself and your own gifts. And we can't have that. You gotta shine your light. And I'm telling you, for that, I keep wanting to say throat chakra too. I'm gonna add the throat chakra in there, especially with that Ace of Swords, because there's communication, there's ideas, there are words that need to be said or written or sent, messages, clarity, awareness, ascension. You could be going through some heavy ass ascension energy right now. You could be, make sure you're drinking a lot of water as well. It's not just because it's hot in the summer, but ascension systems usually when you're not taking care of yourself, you're not well hydrated. Um, it takes a toll on your body when you're trying to get to another frequency and your body doesn't have what it needs. Especially water, right? Is sacred. It is a channel, it's a portal. So when you give your body what it needs, for 75% water. When you give your body what it needs in terms of hydration, um, it eases everything. Your nervous system too, as well. This is a unification of mind, body, and spirit when you move into this next phase. Okay? Like, get into it. Hydrate, rest, take care of yourself. Because they're counting on you not doing it. They're counting on you being a mess. They're counting on you being more concerned with what they have going on. Listen, I'm right or I'm right. Oh, okay. I'm saying though. So hydrate, rest, do what you need to do. The color red is super significant here. I'm gonna say red and black and yellow. You have the Page of Swords reverse. You're overthinking. There's a lot of anxiety, and even a little bit of pettiness in terms. I will also definitely some protection work in terms of this. But I'm gonna be honest. There was a point in time where I tucked my summer in because I'm not gonna say I was deathly afraid of evil eye, but I was so opposed to it that I did hide. I was hiding. I was trying to hide from the evil eye. First of all, you can shrink yourself as much as you want, but if somebody's a fucking hater, they're gonna be a hater. So why shrink yourself in that regard? You feel me? But there was a point where I was so concerned about evil eye, and I didn't realize like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do because I was more concerned with people and their negative feelings and reactions rather than what I knew I was capable of doing and actually wanted to do. So let's get into it. Transmutation. Yes, it's a point in time where you have to stop giving a fuck about the negative energy thrown at you and you have to take it and turn it into gold. Transmutation is when you know you're getting evil eye and you use that to fuel. There are many, many, many ways to transmute negative energy and use it to fuel yourself. Turn it to gold so that you can literally use all the hate thrown at you to fucking succeed. Prime example, Beyonce, Meg Thee Stallion. Two people with prominent Leo placements. Actually, Leo Mars women, in fact. Um, and they will transmute some shit. Instead of addressing a bitch about some petty shit, go and write your song about it. Make a painting. Transmute that. Transmute those negative energies and emotions and put that into your art. Put that into your work. Put that into yourself. Go get your nails done. Every time somebody piss you off, go to the gym. Okay? And call a spade a spade. If somebody's weird, keep them right where they're at. To the left, okay? Shout out Beyonce. But I'm telling you, these people they're counting on you tucking your stomach in. Don't do it. Because also what happens when you decide to put yourself out there and be who you are, you build community with people who resonate with that, who are on the same frequency as you. And that's when all the blessings start rolling in. There's quite a few different situations going on here. There are people who are dealing with things in love and they're trying to move on. There are people who are more concerned with their art and their creative process and are trying to put themselves out there and engage with their audience in a new way. There are people who are out there trying to get a new job, get out of a new job, or some kind of contract. There is some sort of binding that you are no longer resonating with, but you're too concerned with how somebody else is going to feel. And I suggest you make the decision before before spirit make it for you. I'm telling you, because it gets chaotic. It gets real chaotic when things get like that. Anything else for the 222 brigade? With this devil energy in here, my phone turning off. This has a lot to do with partnership and collaboration and building community. And energetically, you're there, but emotionally, there are some residual stagnant emotions and emotional cords lingering that need to be cut. If you need to do some energy work in terms of cleansing and purifying and moving on from things that no longer serve you, whether it's your own emotions and self-limiting beliefs, or you need to cut a cord with somebody in your life who you know does not reciprocate in any shape, way, or form, then do so. You definitely need to do so. Shameless plug, but I do offer a transmutation reading. Um, I do have some rituals and products that I'm, cooking up to help with these kinds of things. So be on the lookout for that. Um, but if this sounds like you, then I definitely got what you need. Um, and yeah, honestly, is there anything else for the 222 Brigade Spirit? Like, what else do they need to know? You may also be getting a lot of headaches, especially that's prime ascension energy. Um, so once again, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's hot. Hydrate. Ooh. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles surrounded by Five of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you've been fronting on yourself too. You've been fronting on yourself. Definitely been fronting on yourself. You've been feeling like you need help. Oh, yep, you fronted on yourself and you're done. You're over it. Your blessings, they are going to come by way of consistently pouring into yourself, of taking small, consistent steps. Grounding is going to be the number one important thing that you can do. Regulating your nervous system enough to actually make sound, safe decisions out of safety and love for yourself, and the need to thrive rather than survival mode. You need to ground and regulate your nervous system. Take a walk, do some breath work. Those are two very simple things. It's literally breathing and walking. You do that all day for a bunch of other motherfuckers. Do it for yourself. Work out. Whatever is going to bring you back to center is what needs to be done right now, because that's what's going to regulate your nervous system enough for you to feel confident enough to move into this next phase. And this next phase does require confidence. So remember, root, solar plexus, throat chakra. There are even some crown chakra activations. So you may be getting visions, new ideas that you want to bring to life creatively. Um, you may just feel different. You may be getting a lot of deja vu as these two timelines kind of collide, and you know, as you figure out how to move forward and elevate and ascend. So begin to really anchor yourself, begin to really nurture yourself so that when you get there, you're there. That's it. You know, holding me back, you know, sliding me down. Fuck who don't like it. Because you're over it. You're over it. That old you is dead and gone. And the new you is waiting. It's like when the butterfly hatches out of the cocoon And his wings are still wet. So he has to, wait for his wings to dry so that he can take flight. Right now, you're waiting for your wings to dry. And in that time, you ground yourself, you stabilize. But you need to feel that stabilization internally. Like I always say, your internal reflects the external. Then you'll be able to manage and cultivate those relationships from a sense of safety rather than constantly being on defense. Because I feel like you definitely know the next steps you're taking are divinely guided. But that nervous system, your body goes into panic mode anytime you try and let go. Or those people, those old habits, anytime you try and take that next step, everybody gets agitated, irritated. And what do? Go back to kowtowing and trying to please, people please. No, this is not the time for that. This is not the time for that at all. And honestly, you know that, and you're over it. So use this moment to refine, ground, and refine. If you take anything from this reading, hydrate, rest, root, solar plexus, throat chakra. You're having crown chakra activations, ground, and hydrate. If you take anything. And grounding doesn't look the same for everybody. Some people like to walk outside barefoot, go on walks in nature. Some people like breath work. Some people like to do visualizations, meditations. Some people ground themselves just by eating a good meal. Some people ground themselves. Everybody's different, man. Figure out what works for you. And that's also a part of pouring into yourself. Figuring yourself out. We don't know everything about ourselves. Maybe we did as kids, and then, society and large, widely known expectations, made us bend and contort and forget. So now it's time to remember, come back to self, realign, ground, stabilize, root chakra energy, and get back into yourself and reintroduce yourself, to your new self. Who is this person and what are they capable of? Beautiful. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And whatever decision this is to be made, you already know the answer. You definitely already know the answer. You just need to regulate your nervous system enough to take the next steps. But stop trying to convince yourself that you don't know what to do and you're helpless and oh my god, it's not all that. Calm down. Literally, calm down. Drink some water, ground. Get outside. Get outside. It's nice. The weather's breaking. Get outside. Get outside. So yeah. Let me know what you guys feel, what you resonate with in the comments. I appreciate you for staying this long. Um, Definitely take the time for yourself. I love this energy. It's beautiful. The level of awareness, the level of growth is amazing. Honestly, it truly, 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 truly is. And there's so many blessings on the other side of this discomfort. I'm telling you, it really is. It really, really is. There are so many blessings on the other side of discomfort. Get used to being uncomfortable. Embrace the cringe. That's vulnerability. When you feel exposed and seen, that's usually when people feel cringy. Don't cringe at yourself. Just know it. Take it as a feeling of you feeling exposed and seen. But you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be felt. You deserve to be heard. And cringe is not when you're disappointed in yourself because you did something bad. It's usually sometimes, all the time, honestly, the silliest things. And that's how you know it's innocent. That's how you know it's rooted in pure joy and authenticity. Is when you feel cringe. Embrace that. Lean into the cringe. Be even cringier. When you can tell somebody really wants to laugh and they laugh and they snort and you could tell they like, oh my god, I just snorted. Embrace the snort. It's gonna make somebody else laugh. Laughter is infectious. Happiness is infectious. Blessings are infectious. Not just STDs. Good things deserve to be spread too. You deserve to be felt and seen. Your art, your work, whatever it is you do creatively deserve to be spread and felt and seen. So please, do us all a favor and be you. and take care of you. Because the people who really fuck with you, they want to see you in your fullness. They want to see you authentic. They want to see you happy and bold. They're not going to cry every time you make a decision in your own best interest. They're not going to huff and puff every time you tell them no or you try and do something that's out of their comfort zone. Who the fuck are they? So do it for you and don't do it for nobody else. Thank you for watching. Peace.